It's the Washington Nationals going up against the New York Mets. All right, the stage is set for what should be a really good game one as this series gets underway. Introductions wrapping up down on the field, and first pitch just minutes away. John Shelby and Chris Singleton with you. Game one is always critical in a postseason series.
This is when you love having home field advantage, Boog. If you capture game one, you're full of confidence that you've got a chance to ride that momentum for the rest of the series.
And on the visiting side, starting pitching is always the big key in a game like this to kick off a series.
Yeah, you need a strong performance on the mound. That's the #1 way to cancel out the home field edge we just mentioned.
Well, this place is ready. We'll be right back to get this series started in just a minute. About to get started here. And on the mound today, Jim Smith. What do we need to know here?
Power pitcher. He's going to speed you up with the fastball velocity, and out of his hand will explode the breaking ball. Very difficult for hitters to keep that front side closed and hit the ball the other way, because they know if they're not ready to pull the trigger, the fastball will beat them.
One out, runner at second. Santana, the next to hit. Big time power. And that is out of play.
This would be huge right here if they could get on the board and be the first ones to score in this one with the home field advantage. Get that crowd behind you and just intimidate the opposition a little bit more.
Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile. 0-2.
The crowd here has been fired up even before the first pitch for this series, and they'll go crazy right here if they can take an early first inning lead.
That one not close. And the count is 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone, because that's where you can get hurt.
That one almost got him. One out and a runner at second here in game one of the NLDS. Gets a piece and stays alive. Three-two now. Ground ball up the middle. Now 2 away.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Juan.
First and second, 2 outs. Here's Andres Jimenez. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does.
2 outs. Hit in the air out to center field. Manzanillo squeezes it, and that's the 3rd out. So they strand a pair. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. We're tied 0-0. Game 1 of the division series. Now it's the power speed combo. J.R. Santana. Mills back to work. Curveball drops in for a strike. The atmosphere around postseason baseball, there really isn't anything like it in the sport. It's the time of year where the rally towels come out and the crowd energy gets cranked up even higher.
You look up in the stands in games like this, you just see a giant mass of color. Everything just blurs together, and it can be hard as a player not to get distracted by that kind of energy. Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider. Good 2-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
Man at second. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. Coming home. He'll score. Now the tag at second, and he's out. Trying for two. Game one of the division series. And stepping in for New York, J.R. Santana. And first offering is fouled off. And that's down and away.
Well, with both starters out of the game, this quickly becomes a bullpen game, and this is something we see more and more in the game today, especially in the postseason.
Next pitch is outside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And it's filled up. And that one lifted in the air, center field. One up, one down. So up next for New York, J.R. Santana. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That's back there. Tattooed and gone. And they boost their lead. It's 5-1. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one, and you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
So runner at second, 2 down. Here's O'Neal Cruz. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the late stages of game 1. Ground ball to short, and this ought to do it. DeVries. To first, nice pick and a ball in the dirt, and that ends the ball game.
It's pretty early in this series to say a must-win game, but when you've got home field advantage, it's a luxury, but you have to protect it. Huge win in game 1 to set the tone.
Your final score, 5-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long. And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. The show presents the National League Division Series. It's the Washington Nationals going up against the New York Mets. Along with my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And a lot riding on this one as these teams meet for Game 2, Chris.
Yeah, this might be the game to actually decide the series, Boog. When it's 5 games, getting a 2-0 lead is a dominant position to be in. And I don't see this series getting to a 5th game if we have a repeat of Game 1's outcome in this one.
Yeah, the Crows start circling for a team that falls into a 2-game deficit, not where you want to be. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So just about set now. And today's starting pitcher, Geraldo Santos. How about a scouting report on him?
He's able to throw the 4-seam fastball and an effective 2-seam fastball. Many times when guys go to the 2-seamer, their 4-seamer isn't as effective as it used to be, but he's able to manage both pitches, and they are very good pitches.
That one ripped left field. That's back. That one is gone. He sends one out the opposite way. His second homer this series, and that gives him a lead. It's 1-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
We're in the second game of this division series. And now, J.R. Santana. Nothing like postseason baseball. There's a buzz in the air. Every pitch seems bigger. It's truly special.
There really is a different feel to the postseason. I only got 5 games of postseason action in my playing career, but I treasured each of them.
A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. In time to get him. One away on the strikeout.
Well, I don't think there's a hitter alive that hasn't at some point succumbed to that pitch right there. It just looks like it's in the zone the entire way, and then the top spin and gravity take over in the blink of an eye, and it's just such a tough pitch to lay off of.
Santana was named Player of the Month recently, and that's not the first time that's happened this year. Tap foul at the plate.
When you're winning Player of the Month more than once in the same season, you might be earning some other awards in the offseason. I think he's set up pretty well in the MVP race.
Short hop liner, handled it short, and they get the out. Bottom of the inning, and stepping in for New York, J.R. Santana. Pretty amazing athlete this guy is. Power and speed, quite a threat. I mean, you're talking about someone that could steal you a bag and go deep. Bo Jackson, anyone? Engler back to work. And that one fouled off.
When you have a real athletic player and who's able to do the baseball mechanical things really well. Look out, because the sky's the limit on that potential.
Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the ninth with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And one away.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Now
2 outs, nobody on. And next for the Mets, Richie Stallings. A 1-run lead here in Game 2 of the NLDS. In the air, left field, and a base hit.
That's tremendous fight from him, and I know it's got the dugout fired up down there. Down to the last strike, and he comes up with a hit to keep the game alive. It ain't over yet.
McCain is just 1 strike away. Sends it to center, and this should be it. Makes the catch. Ball game. And the Nationals strailing the tying run on base to win.
Well, one of the goals in the postseason is to split on the road and play very well at home. They did just that with the win today, evening it up at 1-1.
So, Chris, here's a look at the final numbers from what turned out to be a really close ball game.
Yeah, this is one of those games that clearly could have gone either way, and that's kind of exactly what you expect out of postseason baseball. So competitive.
Close one here today, and your final 5-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying... Nationals. Festivities wrapping up. The crowd is electric, and we'll be back to get it going right after this. So just about set, and on the hill, Michael Person.
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
J.R. Santana in now. Takes ball 1 off the plate. 2 outs, base is empty. Santana launched a homer in his most recent game. Popped in the air. Left field. Wood makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. 3rd game of the division series. Here's some real power at the plate. J.R. Santana. person back to work. And there's a ball.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Dominant performance for him today, Boo. Just 2 hits allowed so far. No runs across either. And he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
And now it's Juan Soto. Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second with a stolen base. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. That was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to swipe that bag. Such a threat on the bases.
Backed off the plate that time.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And now 2-2. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That's a strikeout. Woody Keller says he won a round.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt.
Now they've got him in a rundown. And he's out. Runner on at first with 1 gone. Up now for Washington, Alex Holcomb. Jimenez stands at first with 1 out. And it stays fair. Throw into third. Not in time. He's safe. Man at first, 1 away.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Runner on the go. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. That one missed.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
That's off the inside corner. And that's ball 2. And that's outside.
So here we go. Base runner at first. Could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, this could be the start of something. They haven't found a way to score yet, but now's their chance to change that.
2 outs, nobody on. And stepping in for New York, J.R. Santana. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
The other way. Hauls it in to end the inning. Doing for the Mets. They trail it here, 4-2. Leo DeVries, the next to hit. 1 strike away. Ground ball to short, and this ought to do it. Throw to first, in time. Ball game, and the Nationals take this one in a blowout.
Game 3s are very critical when you have a series tied at 1-1 because you put yourself up. Anytime you go down, you're always chasing. When you're up in the series, you feel like you're in the driver's seat. Nice win today.
8-2 the final here. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long. Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. The show presents the National League Division Series. It's the New York Mets and the Washington Nationals. Along with Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And Singy, there's been a lot to talk about already in this series as we head into Game 4.
And I'll be interested to see if these teams approach it any differently, with one on the brink of elimination and the other just a win away from putting an end to this thing. You know, in the postseason, I think you have to treat every game the same, but there's something about an elimination game that could put a team just into a different mindset.
Yeah, and the strategy could certainly change in this type of game. It's hard to manage the same way when in any given at-bat, it can impact everything you've been working for throughout the season. And we'll be back to the first pitch right after this. So just about set on the hill and coming off a great start, Cam Bliss.
Great sinker. Although it's not his primary pitch, it's really a pitch that he can go to, misses the barrel of the bat, gets ground balls, and lets the defense work behind him.
J.R. Santana in now, takes ball one off the plate. Santana measures 6 feet 2 inches, 210 pounds. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter,
Juan Soto now. And here it comes. And strike 2. 1
and 2 is the count.
Got it. That ends the frame. First and second, 1 out. And now the first baseman, Kyle Manzardo. 2 on, 1 out. That one out to right. Almanzar ranging back, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, the first baseman, John Santana.
And that one fouled off. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in Game 4 of the NLDS. That misses the zone, and the count is 1 and 2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
That one down the line. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. And 1. So they're all loaded up. Meyer now at the plate.
Marcelo Meyer.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Base hit, 1 run is in. Save! And they take a 2-run lead.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Bird. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. When you flare a ball out behind second base, it's really a tough spot for everyone to get to, and you're never trying to do that as a hitter, but when you do, I tell you what, you're yelling at it the entire way to get down. this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
Just missed. In the postseason, you see just how important every last play can be. You never know what's going to make the difference in the end. Outside low, down 2-0.
Well, like you said, Boog, every play is so pivotal at this point of the year. As a player, you've got to be locked in. Can't make a mistake that could cost your team the season.
And now it's even up.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good. And then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Line drive, and that's a base hit to right. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Juan Soto.
Here's Juan Soto. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The Mets down by 4 here in Game 4 of the NLDS. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Now
Travis Bazzana up now for the Mets.
Now, this guy's definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Oh, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
2 outs. The shortstop takes the ball.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
That's in there. And the count is 2-2.
2-2.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Runner takes off. Pitch misses in. Safe at second, and that was not close.
You know, nights like this when it seems harder to score, I like the call to put him in motion and try to steal the base. Ball's not carrying, no home runs so far, so trying to manufacture some offense like this may be the way to go.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. So another. Man at first, J.R. Santana will hit next. This guy with big-time power and an elite defender. And there's a strike.
Good pitch right there. Anytime you can get one by a bat of this caliber, especially with runners on, it's got to give you some confidence out there on the mound that you can win this battle.
That misses the zone, and the count is 1-1.
Good miss with that changeup away. He needs a ball on the ground for a double play, minimize the potential threat right here. On the hitter's side, nice job of laying off that pitch.
And the 1-2 misses to even the count.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Inside, and the count is filled up.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball.
Swing, and this one's blasted. It's got a chance. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Outstanding catch right there, and I love the commitment that he showed. He knew that the wall was close, but was determined to make that catch, and a nice calculation of just how much room he had to try to minimize that contact.
Roberts is just 1 strike away. Sends it to center, and that's going to do it. And that's it. They're moving on to the National League Championship Series.
National League Division Series, you can breathe a little bit as the next one will stretch out to possibly 7 games. I'm sure they don't want to take it that far, but they're just going to be happy to get there. Congratulations.